Namaste, I am Madhura from Vidyashilp Academy, and today I would like to demonstrate my first experiment with the interesting topic of electromagnetism through a DC motor. At home and everywhere else, we're surrounded by equipments that run with motors: fan, mixer grinders, washing machine, hair dryer, etc. So today we're constructing a simple motor based on the model called Beekman's motor. For the construction of this model, we require a battery with two conducting wires on either side, which also act as a stand for the coil and its axle. On one end of the axle, all the insulation is removed, whereas on the other end, a small strip of insulation is left along the axle on one side. We also require a permanent magnet. When the copper coil and axle is placed on the conducting wire stand, the circuit gets completed and current flows from the positive terminal to the negative terminal. When it passes through the coil becomes an electromagnet. Now when I bring an external permanent magnet, it should start spinning. I'll give it a light push and you can see that it spins beautifully. The direction of motion of the coil can be explained by the Fleming's left-hand rule. The middle finger symbolizes direction of current, the index symbolizes direction of magnetic field, and the thumb symbolizes direction of motion. One end of the coil experiences motion in this direction, whereas the other end of the coil experiences it in the opposite direction. They create a couple and then it starts spinning. In order for the spinning to occur smoothly, we will have to break the circuit every quarter turn to avoid reverse motion, and for that we have left a layer of insulation. If we don't break the circuit every quarter turn, a reverse couple will be created and it will only oscillate and wobble but not rotate. We know using the Fleming's left-hand rule that we can explain the direction of spinning, but why does the spinning occur? The coil, being an electromagnet, has its own north and south polarity, and so does the permanent magnet. When they both interact, there is alternate attraction and repulsion between the ends of the coil and the permanent magnet, which results in the spinning motion. Here are a few factors which are important for the model to work well: even distribution and weight of either side of the coil, sufficient number of windings, the axle should be stiff enough to carry the weight of the coil, a strong battery and magnet, the conductor pins should be well aligned, which means parallel and at the same height. There can be many variations of this model. To increase the battery strength, we can have two batteries connected in series, which results in greater current flow, leading to faster spinning. To increase strength of magnet, we can use a stronger magnet or use additional magnets. In fact, we can have two electromagnets because they are stronger, one at the bottom in a fixed position and one rotating above. But most importantly, changing the number of coils. More the coils, more the windings, greater the strength of the electromagnet, which leads to faster spinning. We will see one of the variations now. The rest are tabulated in the observation sheet. You can already see the coil spinning with the help of this magnet. I'll get another magnet with attracting sides, and you can see that the speed increases significantly. Whereas if it's the repelling side, it slows, nearly stops. All of these experiments gave me great joy in learning. In fact, by attaching a small fan at one end, it can become my table fan now. Thank you.